Hello everyone, happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Secondess Diary. I make sewing tutorials on my channel. Today's tutorial, we're going to make this simple kaftan. It's so easy to make. I've been seeing this all over Instagram and I just wanted to make it just for the sake of making one. And yeah, it's so simple. For this tutorial, we're going to need a 60-inch width fabric. It has to be 60-inch width so you can have all that nice fold. So measure your dress length times 2 plus 2. So I have to show this in two separate videos so it's easy to make. So you're folding by the width. So when you fold it, you know it's by 60. When you fold it, it becomes 30 inches. When you fold it in half like that, and then you fold it by the length. I hope that makes sense. And on the fold, you're going to measure your neck width. Mine, I'm measuring 3.5. If you're on a smaller size, you could do 2 3/4 or 3 inches. So neck width 3.5, neck depth for the back is 1 inch. So I've done 3.5 by 1 inch. And then for the front neck depth, I'm going with 3 inches. I don't want it too low at the front, and also there's going to be a slit at the front, so I try to not to make it too low, but if you want it lower, do what you please. Then from that neck depth, I've measured 4 inches downward, which is going to be the slit. I'm just cutting out the back neckline, as you can see. And then I'm going to separate. That's why I folded this fabric this way, so that it's easy to separate the front and the back, because we won't be cutting the shoulder or anything, so we only need to cut the neckline. So now I'm cutting the front neckline as I've separated the fabric. You can see that. So that's the back and that's the front. You see? And then for the front, remember the 4 inch we did? 4 inch from the neck depth, that one, yes. We're going to do a slit down to the 4 inch mark. Just like that, okay? If you want it longer, it's up to you, but I think 4 inch is decent enough. So now we're going to do our interface. Is it called interface? I'm confused now. Anyway, I'm just notching the back neck, notching the shoulder area, so just to make sure everything match well. Now I've grabbed a fabric. You can grab a fabric of about, let's say, 20 by 20 inch fabric, 30 by 30, just to be on the safe side. And I'm just going to place my dress on top of it and just mark the neckline like this all over that fabric, like so. And then also make a mark from where the front slit is. That's the end of that front slit, just like that. Remove your fabric after doing that mark. You can see I did a line there. That will be the shoulder area, and that's the slit, where the slit ends at the front. And from there, I'm going to mark 4 inches all the way round the line we've made, round that curve. So you just follow and do 4 inches. And when you get to the slit, make sure you go to the end of the slit and do a 4 inch mark for the front, like that. And all we're going to do is to join all the markings together, and you can see how I've done that, connected that, right? And just like that, we have our is it interface? I can't even think right now, but yeah, you know what I mean. I'm sure it's not interface. I don't know. I can't think of the word. Anyway, I'm just going to notch the back neckline like that. and notch the shoulder and everything like we did on the dress, and cut out. I'm just notching the shoulder area, right? Notch the front. Remember there's a slit at the front, but on my fabric I haven't opened the slit for the interface. We'll go for interface because I'm sure it's not called interface. I don't know. Is it called interface? My brain. Anyway, so you're going to sew round. You see how I've done the chalk marks all the way around? That's how you're going to sew it. And then at the front, obviously, you're going to open the slit. And then when you get to the end of the slit, you're going to do a diagonal cut on both sides. And then just push. Make sure you notch the neckline before you fold it in like this. Oh yeah, when you're sewing your interface onto the fabric, make sure it's right sides facing each other, and then you're just going to hem the end of your interface and hem round the dress all the way around the fabric of the dress like so. You can either get hemming glue, hemming web, hemming use it to like iron it down to stick the interface down, or you could just tack it so it's not visible. I tacked mine anyway. And then for the fold, you're going to measure your shoulder to the length of the dress, not the length of the sleeve, and then find the midpoint and just fold it. That's how I've done mine, to be honest. You could just eyeball it so you can see I'm measuring from there, find the midpoint, and then just fold it. Let's say your measurement was 20 something. After a minute, I don't know, 20, let's say it's 20, so you find 10, because 10 will be your midpoint, and then just fold it over like so, and not too close to the neckline, of course. Leave about 1 inch gap at the top. I'm just showing you. Honestly, this is more like an eyeballing thing, but because of tutorial, I'm measuring everything. But leave about 1 inch between the line and where you place your fabric. And you're just going to fold that all the way down to the from the back, and then at the front as well, just like a plait. Just fold it, and then I'm just pinning everything in place, because obviously this sort of fabric would move, so just pinning it in place just to know what I'm doing. And then the other side, I've done the same thing, but what you can do, instead of folding it towards the neckline, fold it towards your shoulder instead. But I folded it towards the neckline, but after seeing the picture of the dress, I noticed that they folded it. Anyway, grab the back of your dress, bring it forward just one side, as you can see as I'm holding it. Grab it to the front, and we're going to pin it to the shoulder. But before you pin it to the shoulder, make sure you tuck it under the pleat you made at first. So as you can see, I'm removing the pin. I've come a bit closer. I'm just going to tuck it under that fold, just to keep it nice and neat. So place, you see from the back there, place it on the shoulder. It's up to you how you want to place it. Do you want it really high? Do you want it really low? Just have to fiddle around with it, really. It's nothing, there's no science to it. There's no, for me anyway, because obviously I'm not the original creator of this design. But for me, I was just fiddling around to see what looks good. If it looks good, then we pin it down, baby. But if you have a way of doing this differently, then do that. But for me, I'm just trying to see how to place it and see what I'm happy with. And yeah, and obviously it depends what fabric you use as well. That would determine the outcome, and how the fold and the pleats will look. I've seen different fabrics used for this kaftan. Honestly, this kaftan is so beautiful. Kudos to the designer, man. That is just simple but so beautiful. And I've seen different fabrics, and I think the best fabric for this, I think in Nigeria anyway, they call it organdi, and that's the best one I've seen for this design, to be honest. It's so gorgeous. I think I'm still gonna get them to make one for me. I'm gonna have to buy one because I can't seem to find that fabric here. Maybe I need to have a look, proper look. Yeah, but yeah, it's so beautiful, so easy to make. Just pin everything down, and at the end of that, when you pin everything in place and you're happy with it, and all you have to do now is to tack it everywhere you've pinned. Just get your needle and thread and just tack everything down. That's what I have done. You can check out other videos to see how they do their thing as well, but as for me, I've tacked everything, the pleats, so on this side you can decide to bring the fold forward towards the sleeve instead of towards the neckline. And as you can see, I've got my pin and thread, pin, needle and thread, I beg your pardon. Anyway, yeah, just tack everything down. I hope this tutorial has been helpful, and let me know, are you gonna make one of these? Of course, when you make one of these, you have to wear something underneath, or else if you're feeling funky, do your thing. But trousers, dress, a simple dress, sleeveless dress would look nice under this. Happy sewing, and thanks for tuning into my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I think this is the time to do so, don't you think? Also, don't forget to like my video if you do like what you've seen today, and do share with other people that might be interested in sewing. And this is what our kaftan looks like on moi. Would I be wearing this out? Not with this fabric. This fabric was just to try this kaftan out. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this, and yeah, I finally made the design I've been seeing online, and it's quite long for me, isn't it? Anyway, thanks for joining, and see you soon.